Okay, for Makaba at the bar 37 military hospital, I say, and the Need Blood Save Life Foundation for 1 year anniversary, and then Omudina, Mobomodia, the blood donation, ABPM, and so over 37 military hospital, a blood bank. Having seen some in Hansen of TV, Kuning in Abidua, a day how for Ninason, waiting at the Ever from Bosoko Jesama, waiting after me Foka, Devin Jackson, I having seen a Melbourne Mabos and also Eddie Interviews, a Saranson, and I asked what I could do, and so I having say a name, and also a with production of his due pigment, and also maybe man, Bone say or nay, a business needing so. It's me extreme comment in Foka TV Kuning, and I say, it will be answered to me at the Ebro. When she had a young question, the cost and so. Medium as and for some of the people, 37 military hospital, yet the Need Blood Save Life Foundation for 1 year anniversary meeting every morning. Now, we would not be so motivated that as a team, we need to question. What's it? Don't raise your neck. Very good, my friend. So, how do you feel about
I'm from Accra. This was a foundation history this year. I've realized that it's very important. Therefore, everyone, especially in the dish, realize that it's very necessary to have less of crowds and more banks, especially in the case of the safe as this initiative come into my notice, I've never been a secretary. It was something that I have to feel passionate about for some couple of years.
You remember this? Finally, there's a misconception about blood. You always say that you need the blood, when you're and also after donating it, how true, especially you donating that for this
there's nothing like things. It's just a matter of you understanding and knowing exactly what you're doing. Because I know definitely it might be a bit stressful, but not something I consider as a risk. Because I decided to give back. I decided to help others by donating my part to save. Secondly, I don't donate to get anything. I donate to become a youth. I want each and every one to live. Supposing it wasn't a call from our creator, we all have to live. So it's very important for me to donate. So after donating, whether I receive something or not, I'm less concerned because my concern is about giving life to others. I want them to realize, to know that when God over there, I have excess and I have enough. I want them to, I can give without any stress because it's free. I can see it's very important for me to do so.
For your son, Makwaba, at the Bafroka TV. So, my catcher was a Donate Blood Save Life Foundation for an almost 1 year anniversary in Abipim or 37 military hospital. Now, in Comatran, yes, Shasiwaha, and Sana, Bomodia, Aquins, and then Guinness Minister. It's not a drink. When you're Brabua, yeah, frozen.
Then the bright Asante seed.
Bright Asante seed, okay. Right, who say you made the coso, not be pure one and say, a damn pot in a more about money.
Okay, you didn't be pure a foundation, or mote, you know, you move be, you didn't work with Tenepa, men am Yaku Florida rep or no. Okay, yes, intino, a Fibia, no, the organize a program, yeah. You organize a boys in the being so free Florida, Eddie or Moba, or Momoya Wailing, some bedumati, Eddie or Crabbing Quan. Into any potency and I baha and the Jumadiano into nearby. Okay. Young share last time I back with Fudiano, with Juma Sweni, Papa, Focative near or Yohuhawa, only a blood bank for a coordinating and I'm champagne again. Now, and then Oba has said, what was your expectation? Yes, and then so no year bano. On say we know a non-profitable organization. Yeah. Into no see I seek sponsorships. Yes, into a buyer no. Bibia edda na akwanu e kama by buy problem ga create nya any say omote see e ba pan so ye buy no ye hu so ma arrange bibia say ba betwi moja intine ma ye che okay ma ye che wa hapan sa na ye hye dwumadie no ase ba ni nyina ne so awrade egusu di mu akotena adwuma no e koso okay enti ye hwe obi a friend na what Donate Blood Save Life Foundation for kan na asembe na obeka che no say wo pepa person obeso mo sen na so beso mbo mo asema na best catches any pan hwere okay asema meka kire ahwefo ne omo a omo tiemi nyina ne se Donate Blood Save Life Foundation no NGO group another foundation ye ni sponsors bia ye ni sponsorship bia entino ye say be program bi say ya ye the letters echo rounds companies and afi so omo a ompese omo buan bia the letters any ade ko omo ho entino ye bo bia nka ye obi oti ye nka bi opese o support program an ko nanim no obetimi a support ye skafam any bibia from opese program no etimi ekoso isan say moja na ye twe e de gi okra bi nkwa entino say bibia betimi awiemu dia Jesus kasem any afi so onkofo ye so omo ye den omo pia yen na dwumadie na kwa chi etimi twi moja e de gi okra bi enkwa okay uka moja asem no ye wo asem bi ono mana say entro simbia bi ehim e wo manga no mana atesem de kokoso a meka ne se ebia no kure wu mana no kure bi se moja no kura ne behwe kura na sebi blood bank no bitime ton ana se omo giska won kofu bi na de no kura be no sansem no okay sansem de kofu bi breka so omo ton ne ade but ye no ye ba betwe moja ne organize ye ba betwe a ya twe wie ye kɔ ne de se hospital ne ton ana se omo ton ne de ende intimi enkire mu ye foundation a kese ya te a ye ba betwe moja no ye ba betwe moja no e de ma hospital no ba se hospital ne ton ana se omo giska free growth ne de ende ye intimi enkire mu sa okay one kasa donor me a donor so how long have you been donating okay we can ho a ma twen 6 times wow yes wow okay you better was yo so madam was ayafo yasa ka ye brother ba ko ani say ya mo be ka ye da na ye kokofo dia no
he was one of the donors out to say then the kitchen command then the casa no umuti pa and as you say aksa can say unya bebo di aman
yo your family tell you Emmanuel Amoako
okay Emmanuel the last time no casa okofodua no ne hu say what donate moja ache pa na ene ye be piem ewo 37 military hospital ene en organization enya 1 year
yeah
aseme na be ka fa so far so good
yo kaka meka say so far so good ye da nyame ase so the etwa afe a year of helping saving lives in Ghana here enye ya ho de ye nyame eti yaseda na ye de ma nyankopon
okay
now you heard the way forward in the years ahead and the years to come
okay and then back of food and bisa was say yeah then e hyewu kran enim say ade amu ye tu ho acha adwuma sika bi anim akeche bi anim eti no ebia ye donation no bebi e ben wo de a beka say bi obeti na se we fi bebi awo aba enkran and so ube donate moja
yeah
then na ye motivate you sir
say the last time ye kasa ye on Foka TV me ka say one me driving enti mi a beto obi ma obehia moja no hwi ni we kire say enti mi ntome ma me so mi hia moja and secondly impanyifo bu baby say oyonko da na oda enti say timi atome nu e betimi atome say meji obi nkwa obi so beje me nkwa enti eno ane me motivation
okay enti yen the way forward me nyan tese ka executives no
yeah
enti so far ma organize jumedie consecutively but emu bi ama support bi amba asem na wo ka che mpanyifo aban ni ankrankrafo a omo bibi kakra wo mosam
kakra me pese me kan se eya na eya se obekọ ba akoto se obekọ ayaresa bia bi na moja ho aye den na nipa hia moja titru ne yenua ma ne ye ma me no ma penfo ni titru but emo ane ma eti ya ka me nko anka se yen yetu ye nwasi o se mabunu na ka ye bo amadwumadi akoso no na ka ye hia mpanyifo ne titru bi so omo so ombe so yasen na ka yetimi a organize na yenye nipa dodo me nko ade me botae ne se aka yeta mu kam aka moja kran aka yento moja mu obi a hospital bia ka we give it out for free se ne ayen no no eti yesre aban yesre mpanyifo yesre titru a oma ye oma adwen na so oma ye ahobo aso mbe so yasen so omo beboa yen na yetimi nya dom na ayemwanje aka bebre e wo man yi mu
okay eti yen hwe sese no afi ba ko achinie bubusu rane mo sha ase na ebinim se o enkosi aga botwa afi bubusu ekumenim and then yen hwe enim as we be executive member and as we member of the executive
oh kaka meka say you should expect something big from Donate Blood Save Lives Foundation
okay.
Because yeguso nyame so kan ye ho no yenim se ye befra akoyanim emre bi beba e bia ye beti ekoedi wo Ghana fa na ba bia
okay ne krakra no na mijama wako obi a o hwe ontwi moja da ena misconception na nkofo kendo so ontwi moja da asema na beka chese nipa
kaka meka che obi a ontwi moja da na obi aka che ne se na ontwi moja the other time I told you me 8th time ni
yeah
se moja twe ku nipa anke ka mawu de da but I am still strong mi hu ne so se ema minya hoden kra achen se ne na mete no enti se wo hwe me na se obi aka che se na moja twe anya na moja twe yese a enya no kra eboa wo kra ma won so hu timi ye den pa yie
okay unya beda ase
mata me so me da ase
ayafo ya sama kwa ba e de ba Foka TV so ya saka eye na na sapon wa ha me say ono no eye penipa or that Donate Blood Save Life Foundation ano ma kama
ya eja
ya boko
ya boko
e share so ache
the money scan one do be
we be kan say the official panso
Africa committee jira
enne eye we be kan say ma woda mo birthday after motenase edwindwin ye imagine ye strategize ye nyina mo de Donate Blood Save Life Foundation e ba ye enne 1 year pepe entino so far so good say na nyama akọ ma mo sha say abepemene
well so far so good na me ne dey aseda be ma no 1 year say edru bi awoda na nije ti yeso ye be ka say 1 year of donating blood to save life niji say my because enye hwe kra ye ogide say ye moja ba ko mi no age obi nkwa nti 1 year of saving life niji say my
okay enhwe one of the biggest challenge I'm facing over the years up from now say mo be sha sia be see enne financial support. And how are you guys dealing with it?
In Ghana, I say no. We are there. I didn't mwa beba nipa mwa. Sana mi no. The culture say yeah challenges are from net to sika sem because so per se oh yeah blood donation. Obebo abo nipa no na odi omaba. Baby o ha baby amukọ donation kwan wa. Nti nipa no be sori anopa. Nti oba so ma na aduane di anopa. So be ma na aduane emu odu adi asa na okotwe moja. Otwe moja wi a wasa ma na bibi adi. Ni nyina nko iska. Yese kwa chi ade fa e disika na ye. Nanso Ghana ha no opa mwa na din obe frɛ obe the letters be call ye be receive kama obi enfiu obe fra enfiu but ye executives ni bi ene nipa ba ko mienu bi a omunim hia se ye bo nipa no bi wo ha omo support ye kakra na yetimi dia ye dia ye.
Okay, nti yɛhwɛ after 1 year ni den na sisi ano executive organization and kasa etina se aye generative fund say before I'm best start to say you move out custom people organize exercise be same then type of conscious effort ben na man kasa matina say move generate here this start kakra
mostly we are na executives na and e keka omo sase any your mother church yes and the advance church boy wa kusumo omo na ya na say omo boy chidom a ye boa say no ndra any one of our directors Mr. Daniel Note Monica any yeah tenase kasa Atlanta ye be how to strategize you be say you can your monthly contribution you be near your scale kakra de ato your futuma ansana you ko donation bia ya because sorry enye easy we sre we company for pa ya na ya your Focus TV mo ya de but your other media houses bia 7 near bia ye na hunhia ka from on beboa but we ye frɛ o mo de letters call frɛ obi akwa amfani phone. But so be then say they can ya say you better na say na ya strategize it ahwe kwan ya betimi afa so a register say yan ho kra na busumi bia no ya de kakaka bi betoto ho nko sita ma ya nya donation no e be so no then ya use success scam.
Okay, yɛhwɛ ya kokoko other donation exercise am ye na ene de 37 military hospital enkran and then about ya 1 year anniversary no PBP enkran abra mo possible.
Oh, the Nebula Save Life Foundation, yeah, near for one particular people. Okay. For Ghana, mine, and I aim back when she said, and say, Muja, a short tour, Black Bank. And see, I be Wakusumo, I am, you know, Wakusumo, I am back work for India. I don't know, involve at our government hospital, Akusi St. Martin's, and Ikufodia Regional Hospital. So it's time, as I say, I'm in Cranford. So and actually because Ghana for no Mungu Akosomo and Nico for Ghana for so 37.
Okay. Eti yenhwe enemo ba ye so far so good. Mo sha say anopana to Samri no. Obetimi enya record of the number of people are obetimi donate.
Honestly, me nyama osisi unless here because me no ka say ebi muso ho mo donate. But me here me donation me wie na me fro na sama opinion no gina ye chine kan and say your number ni encouraging. So I'm just waiting say obe wie no baka tem say wie no nipa say and I say and be donate.
Okay. The crap na say meja mo akono ahwe for show. The need that Save Life Foundation ya bon do but I say the bono enhye dam ko obo o say mo kakra mbese me fan support but minim number me be fa so. The same nipa no asema na beka che no.
So we person support the Nebula Save Life Foundation. First of all, bit me aseni even message Focus TV. No waka chiro mo say me person me support the Nebula Save Life Foundation. On bejo so no ma direct to baby asobeko. And also bit me a friend number 0244 884159. Go fry baby see me am so. Ghana Foundation 0244 884159. Go fry baby see me am so. Na fe mesre Ghana for. Eya amoma yendwen ye health sector no ho kakra. Se ba se concert bi na ye koye about football bi na ye koye entertainment bi na ye koye na ye de to anke be nya big companies amomo ababeboa. But the bass ye we no. Mama fa we so na next for ase. Next for bread 2 boxes of Milo and 1 carton of milk. Enough e buy no. Etimi a serve breakfast amaye. Se de bia obi bread bibi kakaka se a ke betimi aboa mabunu na no na ya donate moja e de aboa hospitals.
Okay. So pe never dance.
So me da maspa nya me shawo.
Okay, for insaka Mr. Bashir and say you beto no hanu say na mremu no say high military hospital. Nti ene betwetwe nkomo na ye bisa no ejumedi odi wo ha say di na face no rank and so or year a year 37 military hospital. Into the welcome, Mr. Bashir.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay. But I would like to know your full name and your rank at this particular place.
Okay, my name is Flying Officer Bashiru.
Okay.
I'm with the pathology division of 37 military hospital, and I work at the blood bank.
Okay.
So basically, I'm a blood banker.
You're a blood banker.
Yes.
Okay. So we'd like to ask you, what happens to someone when the person donates blood?
Okay. When someone donates blood, it simply means that the person has saved life.
Okay.
Because the blood is in us is the life in us.
Okay.
You can attest to the fact that we standing here, it is the blood that is flowing through us that makes us alive. So when someone donates blood, it's like the person is taking part of his life and giving it to someone.
Okay.
So it's a very, very important exercise that we all must try to do.
Okay. So how much blood does the bank take from each individual?
Okay, the bank takes 1 unit from every individual at a time.
Okay.
And after the 1 unit, you can donate another unit after 4 months.
Oh, okay.
So that means within a year, you are advised to donate 4 times.
Okay. So let's take it. Who is eligible to donate blood?
Okay. For eligibility of the blood donation, it encompasses a process.
Okay.
We have what we call the medical interview, where we tend to ask questionnaire about the person's medical history, such as whether the person is on any medication, whether the person had had surgery within some period of time, and a whole lot. I can't mention all, but it's you have to go through the interview stage, and you must have an adequate blood level before we take. Afterwards, we have to check for certain blood infections to make sure that the person who is receiving the blood is safe. And likewise, you who is donating the blood, you are also safe. For instance, we can't take your blood if your blood level is low. When we do that, the donor won't be safe. Likewise, we can't take a blood of someone who is having an infection, because the recipient would also not be safe. So when it comes to blood donation, we intend to save the donor and then the recipient. So any condition that will lead to the donor not being safe at the point of donation is checked out for. And any condition that will lead to we transfusing an infected blood or a blood which will not be useful to the patient or will cause harm to the patient, that one is also curtailed.
Okay. Okay. So let's see, how safe is it for one to donate blood at the blood bank? How safe is it?
Very, very safe, 100% safe, as I earlier on mentioned.
Yeah. Because of the process that it passed through.
Yes, our process is very. There
have been a misconception that donating blood is very, very hurtful. How true is it?
It's never hurtful.
Okay.
It's just how one feels about it. Because when the education is done and you come and you realize that we actually do all these checks. Because the common perception of everybody, when you talk about blood donation, the person will say, I don't have blood.
Yes.
90% of people, when you mention blood donation to them, they tend to diagnose themselves and say, oh, me, I don't have blood. So it's time for us to make the education, tell them the processes that you have to go through, that when you come to the blood bank, it's not automatic that we just ask you to come when we bleed you. We care very much about your safety to ensure that your intention for donation is achieved. Not that you come and donate and later you become anemic, needing blood. So donation at 37 military hospital is very, very safe. As you can see, some people were deferred. And you heard some of the reasons.
Yes.
They were deferred because of safety. Safety for the donor and safety for the recipient of the blood. So safety is the optimum. So when you come here, you are rest assured that you will come and pass through the process safely without any problem. Today we didn't record any incidents. So that's what we are talking about.
Okay, so when you came around, when you entered, you realized there was some information going on the TV.
Yes.
And they listed some of the people who are not eligible to donate blood. Can you educate us a little bit about those who cannot donate blood?
Yes. So I'll just touch on a few.
Okay.
Someone who is having a chronic medical condition.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Who is having, so for instance, someone who is hypertensive, diabetic.
The person can donate blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we don't want to stress the person's system.
Okay.
And besides that, the medication that the person is taking won't be safe for the recipient. For instance, the blood we issue here, some are given to as much as preterms.
Okay.
Imagine a preterm being transfused with blood which has traces of certain medications within. It will be unhealthy for the child, to cause harm to the child. So someone on medication, it has two ways. It saves the person, we defer the person to save the person, the stress, and also to save the recipient.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is one someone is on medication, that is
the person is out.
Yes, the person is out.
Okay. You learned even if you have a tattoo on you, you can't donate that. How to do that?
Yes. If you have a tattoo on you, you can't donate that. In certain jurisdiction.
Okay.
In our jurisdiction, we don't have a controlled system like other places.
Okay.
We don't license our tattoo artists in Ghana. Okay. So we are not able to educate them of the aseptic and then the antiseptic techniques of doing this. So we can't be really sure.
Okay.
In other jurisdictions, these people are licensed, their equipments are checked, and they make sure that the tools they use are sterilized.
Okay.
So for we being to be at a safer path, we tend to defer people who have had tattoos because of these reasons I have given.
Okay.
So for instance, in other jurisdictions where these things are being controlled, their health systems make sure that they go through the standard way of doing it, where their equipments are sterilized and all those, and they are licensed, and make sure they go through the standard operation procedure to have this tattoos done.
Okay.
And some infections can be detected easily at the window period. So when there is an infection at the window period, and then maybe it's as a result the person was exposed through this process, you will not be able to detect it because of the window period.
Okay.
And we may end up infecting somebody.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we defer people from who have tattoos. But if you have it from maybe outside the country where this whole thing is regulated, you may be considered. Okay. And depending on the number of years.
Okay.
So that if it's a longer period, it will be because by then, if there is any infection, it would have manifested and would have detected it.
Okay. So finally, I would love you to say something to those watching us. Somebody is watching us at home, and the person is afraid to donate blood because of the misconception and ignorance about this whole thing.
Okay. I want to say blood donation is our civic responsibility. We all have to try and then partake in this exercise because that is the only means by which blood can be that's the only means blood can be received or can be produced or stored. Yeah. As we all know, blood cannot be manufactured. In God's honor, God is the only producer of blood. Many scientists have tried to manufacture blood, but it is impossible. Blood must be donated for blood to save life. So we should always bear in mind that the blood we save today is going to go a long way to save others. Because when there's an emergency or an accident, it's the blood that we've donated that will save the person. Yeah. If the blood bank is empty and we now have to call you to come, we may have to lose the person. It may be too late for the person. So we urge each and everybody to try and see blood donation, voluntary blood donation, as a civic responsibility. Okay. Not when it's compulsory that your patient needs it. That's when you have to rush down that you want to come. But you may come and it is too late, it will be too late. True. And you can't fault anybody. We have to help ourselves and stock the blood bank. And I thank
Donate blood,
save life for this initiative, and we hope to see them next year.
Okay. Thank you very much, Officer Bashir.
You are most welcome. All right.
For Officer Bashir, na ten and Kase, Yene, a common. Watch it in Mobile, or Potocasema, maybe my message Munina, and so I'm a Muslim across. I for to say, Yene, Officer Bashir, a and common, a year 30 military hospital, and say, and Hana, you be beyond so meeting me, as the man, some of you can answer, oh, shame now, fear, but more dear, donate Moja. Why? Now, Mojano, yen, a big boy, datching. Also, church in your biblical say, Uncle Born, my yard, on bit me, I year at Chumujanibi, a sign say, of you may be a bit so be or a for, and answer Obia, white tattoo, and woman to me and Chumujanibi, and some intimate and for Mboa, and intimate as oh, share, but more than the next a year exercise, donate that save life for me, and never also, it's me a shame will be. The direct question I put your hand over my colleague in United DS. What say, Menkasa made the interview, but Sansana who Devin Jackson, so no, it's me a bro. All the background works in the Nano, Sewako Tosun, Etimi, Edinia, and the Bronx. I say, and I my colleague be a Etimi SC and within and the Francosi could do SCM, focus your secretivity to casket place, Macron.